Hi, so today I'm going to show you how to make the zipper placket for a cushion, just like this one. So many people have asked me to do a tutorial on how to make cushions, and this is by far the most daunting aspect of cushion making, I think, for most people, is putting in the zipper. And I have a super simple way to make the zipper placket. So let's get started. So here's my project piece. It's this cushion that goes to a cane side chair that I have. And I've got this vintage blue velvet that I'm going to use for the cushion cover. So the first thing I need to do is obviously take the cushion out of this original cover so that I can measure this cushion cover to determine exactly what size I need to cut my velvet. So we're going to flip this inside out and measure this cover from edge to edge. So let's see what that is. So that's 3.5 inches. So for my zipper placket, I am going to need 1 inch for the outside seams, and then I need 1 inch for the zipper part for this. So 1 inch for these outside and an extra inch for this part. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here in a minute. So we measured that as 3.5. So I'm going to add 2 inches to that. So I need to cut my zipper boxing to 5.5 inches. Okay? So let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, and then let's measure this part. So and that is 29. I'm going to round it up and make it 30. So I need 5.5 by 30. And this is probably 54 inches wide. Let's see. Yeah, 54. Okay. So, first thing I need to do is cut this first edge on grain. So, I am going to fold it in half. Okay, here we go. And you see how that's off? So I'm not going to pull a thread on this because it's not necessary. Actually, let's see. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm going to cut this, line up the selvages to that straight line. And I'll cut off a little less than 1 inch here to make this square. Okay, now I know I need a new blade in my rotary cutter. No, now I know that this first cut is completely straight. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, then my next cut is going to be 5.5 inches. So 5.5. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Okay. Okay. So this is where my zipper is going to go. Halfway through there. So we are going to cut this in half. So what's that going to be? 2 3/4? Okay. 2 3/4. Okay. Awesome. So this you're going to take and you're going to sew it straight in half. So take it to the sewing machine and do a 1/2 inch or a 5/8 inch seam all the way down. And I'll meet you back here. And I forgot to tell you, but when you do that stitch on this, do a basting stitch, the longest possible stitch you can run. Do a basting stitch because you're going to open that back up later. Okay, so I've got my 2 pieces sewn together and I've got it laid down right side down, and the seam just finger pressed open. If I was using a cotton or a linen or something that I could press with an iron, I would actually go to my iron and press this open. But because this is a velvet, a vintage velvet, I'm just gonna finger press it open, and that works pretty good. So I'll show you. See, here's the front sewn together, and then this is the back, finger pressed open. And I've already got it cut to my 30 inches. And my zipper, which I think I dropped. Where did I just put my zipper? Here's my zipper. Now, I buy my zipper by the yard and assemble it myself. Put the pull in and then stitch it here and at the top. But if you don't buy it by the yard, you can just buy it at Joann's at whatever length. So you'd want to have it as close as possible to this. Obviously, if you can't get it, if you can get like a 24-inch zipper, then you'll want to make your whole zipper placket a little bit shorter. But anyway, I can cut mine to any length. So I cut mine to 28 inches, which is an inch, leaving me an inch on either side so that I can work this into the rest of my cushion. So what we're going to do is you're going to lay your zipper down with the pull face down on these 2 pieces. And then you are going to want to pin it, the first side anyway, you're going to pin it directly onto, face down, you're going to pin it right here like this, so that the edge of your zipper lines up to that edge, and of course this lines up to that edge, so that your actual zipper teeth are lined up directly with your sewn seam, because that's going to eventually be opened up. So pin that first side down all the way down, because the first side you want to hold it in place while you're sewing it. I actually don't usually pin anymore on my zippers just because I've done it so many times. I really don't need to pin it anymore, but you'll want to pin it the first few times. Okay, so now we're going to take this to the sewing machine and sew all the way down on each side of the zipper as close to the teeth as you can, but obviously not sewing into the teeth. Okay? So I'll take this to my sewing machine, sew that on there, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now my zipper is actually sewn in. So you see I've got that dark thread. I used a blue thread to match my fabric, so I sewed all the way down. And obviously you're going to need a zipper foot in order to sew that close to the zipper. Every sewing machine comes with a zipper foot, so you'll want to change to your zipper foot. Oh, and I forgot, I need to go all the way down. I'll open up my zipper and then I'll stitch there. So once you've stitched all the way down your zipper, you're going to turn it over, and you see how I used blue thread, and so it sort of blends. You see how I've sewn all the way down. So the next thing you're going to do is, with your seam ripper, you're going to open up this seam to expose your zipper. See? there's your zipper. So I'm going to lay that down. You want to carefully rip that seam out. Without cutting into your fabric. So there you have it. There is, and you see how this is a bit off. I stitched really close on this side and a little farther on that side. Anyway, there's your zipper. And you see, since we folded it in a 1/2 inch on both sides, you've stitched that down, so that's going to stay fastened underneath your zipper. You see that? It's sewn down. So this is always going to be a nice flap around your zipper like that. So that's it. Oh, this is where the pull is. So your zipper pull is up here, and like I said, I have to open it up and stitch that little bit. So here's the pull. So that's it, you guys. That's basically your zipper placket. Now this is 4.5 inches wide, which is exactly the same as what you're gonna cut your boxing for the rest of your cushion. So that's what we'll do next. We've got this made. Now all I have to do is cut out the top and bottom of my cushion and the boxing to go all the way around it, sew it together, and we've got a cushion. It's easy as that. So that's it. If you have any questions about how I did any aspect of this, comment below and I will either make another video explaining it or I'll answer in the comments. So don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys, and stay tuned, and I'll do another video of the rest of the cushion construction. So thanks for watching, you guys. Mimsy from mimsyandcompany.com. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.